7 CBMs in 2018. What a good year. What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here. All right, guys, I apologize. It is what? The 12th? That, we're 12 days into the new year. My God, this year's going so fast. But I said I was going to do more ranking videos, ranking stuff and everything like that. Just rank a lot of stuff. And, when I did my best and worst and anticipated, obviously I was like, hey, I got to do, I got to rank the CBMs that came out in 2018 because it was a good year. I mean, 7 films, not bad. So I thought, hey, it'd be fun to rank them and piss some people off. Coming in last, number 7, and if I could, I'd put it even further down on the list because it was even on my worst list of 2018. Ant-Man and Wasp. That's right. This movie frustrated the absolute shit out of me. Absolute shit out of me because, I've expressed it. I've expressed it many times. I said in my review how they just really dumbed down Scott Lang, Paul Rudd. Just to make Wasp look better. I mean, obviously, we're in 2000, we're in this now time. We got to make the woman look better, but it's like you could write the character better and keep this character the same because Scott Lang is a very smart dude. Yes, he's goofy. I understand that. Keep that because we love Paul Rudd. I absolutely love Paul Rudd, but they made him so goddamn stupid. And there just really wasn't anything here like I haven't even rewatched it. I have no desire to rewatch it, Usually with these movies, I'm like, I'm going to rewatch it again, and I'll probably eventually get to it, but I have a feeling it's just going to frustrate me more. The villain was weak. The special effects, there were some cool special effects scenes. I'll give it that, I like that, but it wasn't anything, like, too crazy. And then, of course, having Michelle Pfeiffer was interesting and everything, and I hope they do expand on some certain things, but it just... and then of course you have the ant playing the drums, which is not the same as the octopus playing the drums in Aquaman. Come on. It's not even the same comparison. Number 6! The movie that everybody loves, that I didn't really love, Venom. That's right, number 6. And I hate the fact that it is number 6. I wish it was higher up because I love Tom Hardy. That's right. Man crush, no homo. I've expressed many times that I'm happy that this movie was successful, because, critics were shitting on it, but I kind of agreed with the critics that it just, they fucked with it. Sony fucked with it, and I always go like, they could have done so much more, and I think they did do more because they cut out a lot of stuff, specifically, Eddie dealing with, this shit that's in the symbiote inside him, they cut out a lot of that. There was so much of that, and even Tom Hardy said, yeah, it sucks that they cut out so, those scenes and stuff, and there's even been deleted scenes that have been shown, and I'm like, yes, more of that, because that's what really worked in this movie. There was just a lot of too much convenient stuff. The final act, the visual effects probably would look good, but you can't really see what's going on. It's very dark. It wasn't done that well. What really works about Venom is just like the Eddie and Venom, dynamic. That's what really works. So hopefully with the sequel, they have more of that. And hopefully with the sequel, they kind of push the envelope. But I don't think they will. They're going to try to make an MCU movie. Number 5! Black Panther. That's right. This movie. Woof. Is woke Twitter going to come after me for putting it at number 5? God forbid I put it at number 5. He must be racist, Dave. He should be number 1. No. I've watched this movie probably 3 times now, yeah, and it's good. It's good. It's not award-winning good, that's for sure. It's getting pushed for that big time. It was nominated for Golden Globe for Best Drama. Okay, thank God it didn't win. There's a reason why no actors got nominated, and if it gets nominated for Best Picture in the Oscars, well, Disney owns ABC. ABC runs the Oscars. So obviously there's going to be something there. And I don't know what the hell's going on with the Oscars this year. It's going to be ridiculously stupid, I think. But yeah, it's a good movie. It's good. It's good. I can watch it. I can enjoy it. I understand that and everything like that. It got hyped up just so much, And yeah, I'm just like, It's good, but not that good. You know, that final act gets a little rubbery, for damn sure. It's like the visual effects, some beautiful shots are great throughout the movie, and then you get to that final act, and, you know, if you ever talk to, like, a VFX artist, they will say that there was probably some dicking around that happened and some last-minute shots added. That's why it looks like that, so... Number 4, Deadpool 2. That's right. You know, I wish this was higher up. I enjoyed it. You know, it's really funny, especially the extended cut, of course. I think well, you know, and I still say this when, you know, in my review, I said, you know, the first one was so contained because it had to be. You know, it was low budget and it was contained, a contained story, and that's what really made it work. This time they try to go a little more, you know, bigger with it, obviously, you know, like Juggernaut and stuff like that. And I think that made it kind of suffer a little bit, that they try to expand it so much. But at the same time, I'm going, well, they had to. But so, yeah, and then, of course, they did the Once Upon a Time Deadpool, which I thought the Fred Savage and Deadpool stuff was absolutely fantastic. So it was, you know, it's all good. I enjoyed this. I've watched it probably about 4 or 5 times now. You know, it's still very much like, hey, people are over. We're having like a little get-together. Who wants to watch Deadpool 2? And everybody's like, yeah, let's do it. So, yeah. Number 3, Aquaman. That's right. If Black Panther gets nominated for the VFX, you know, I mean, and it will. And like I said, most of the VFX, except for that final act, is, but with Aquaman, Jesus Christ, best VFX of the year. And it got snubbed, and there's a reason, and I know everybody's going because of Disney, but there's actually more to it. So, yeah, just be patient for that. Still digging into all that stuff. But, yeah, Aquaman's great. It's actually fantastic. It's going to cross $1 billion right now as we speak. You know, the numbers we're going to get tomorrow, it's going to be the first DCEU movie that crosses $1 billion. Like I said, Aquaman. Who would have thunk it? You literally had a movie with Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman in it, and it's still nothing. And then, of course, I mean, Justice League, which is, you know, we know that wasn't going to do it, even though that should have gotten like $2 billion. It's so crazy. It's just so crazy what's going on in this universe. But I think it's awesome. I really do. I mean, James Wan is one of the most talented filmmakers currently working right now. It's well-deserved, you know. I love that Jason Momoa is getting the attention. Everybody's getting the attention. I mean, it's so good. I mean, yeah, of course I have my issues with it, but overall, and I still haven't seen it again. That's the thing. I planned on taking my dad because I didn't think he did, but we didn't end up meeting up because he got sick, and I really wanted to see it again just to do that. So once it comes out on video, I'm just going to be watching because it's so pleasing, so enjoyable. You know, it works on so many levels, and I'm just like going, you know, like I've said many times, like this is Aquaman. It's not supposed to work, but James Wan, with some Snyder, made it work, and there you go. Number 2, Avengers Infinity War. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people, especially in the DC fandom, I get it. Not a fan. But like I said many, many times, I mean, this was a movie that didn't end on a happy note. It didn't. Like all of the fucking MCU movies end on a happy note. This didn't. And we know that the heroes are coming back, but still, I mean, if you're talking about just the initial story and watching there and then just hearing everybody's reactions, I saw it twice in the movie theaters and everybody's just like, what the fuck? You know, because, you know, you get connected with some of these characters and all of a sudden they're just like, you know, they're floating away in ash and it's crazy. And I'm really excited to see the resolution, what happens, how do they get brought back and everything. And I don't know, the Russo brothers really did something, you know, good here with the story. And you know, you just didn't, it was about Thanos. It was all about Thanos, and I think that's how they approached it. It was like, okay, this is all about Thanos. We're going to try to get people to sympathize with Thanos, and he's going to win. It's just, that's the way it's got to be. I think that was always their plan. And yeah, it absolutely worked, and I could watch it. I mean, there's cringy moments. I get it. There's cringy moments with some of the humor that they try to inject in there. I get it. I get that part. But it doesn't take away from the initial story and everything that happens, and I've seen it probably about 6 times, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Number 1. You guys already know what it is because it's the only one left. Spider-Man Into the Spidey-verse. Oh, it's so good. So good. It's just, oh my God, I cannot wait to see this movie again. I'm going to own it. I'm going to watch it so many times. And it sucks because it's like, you know, Venom killing it. And I'm going, hey guys, you guys realize there's a Spider-Man movie that's not MCU out there. But a lot of people are sleeping on it. You know, it's still doing well, but it's just, I wanted it to like go crazy because, I mean, this movie, the animation is something just revolutionary. I mean, the way that they did the animation and just basically really, really, really brought a comic book to life. Well, not to life, to animated life, I guess you could say, you know. But it's just, it's so good. I can't wait to see more. And I love the fact that Chris Miller and Phil Lord got fired off of Solo to come over to do this, and they won a Golden Globe. Golden Globe for Best Animated Feature, and I hope it wins the Oscar for that as well. And guys, I'm telling you, please go see this movie. Support this movie. This is just fantastic stuff. It's one of the all-time best Spider-Man movies. I mean, obviously Spider-Man 2, the original Raimi Spider-Man 2, is still like, you know, number one in a lot of people's eyes. This is right there. And, I mean, it's just so good. It's just, you know, Miles Morales, like I said, Sony was smart to like, hey, let's do a Spider-Man about Miles Morales. Let's establish that. But we can also have this crazy little, you know, where the Spidey-verse just comes together with like Peter Parker's and Gwen Stacy and everything, and just all the different variations of Spider-Man that there are out there, because there are a ton. Let's just do that. And I thought that was absolutely smart. And with the sequel, they can bring in more, and who knows what they could do. I mean, we might get a Spider-Man that is, you know, that's the Tobey Maguire. I almost said Tom. What the hell? The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. We might get all that. Who knows what's gonna happen with the sequel and everything. So it's gonna be interesting. I think they already talked about the Japanese Spider-Man that who might show up and everything like that. So that's gonna be great. It's gonna be great to see that sequel. Cannot wait for it. They're probably working on it right now, getting it started. So hopefully they are, because, I mean, they did something really special with this movie. And like I said, do not sleep on it, guys. Please go see it if you haven't. If you don't see it in theaters, which you should, because it deserves to be seen on the biggest screen ever. I mean, there is a warning that, yeah, because there's a lot of colors and a lot of movement going on, that you might get, you know, you might just have a seizure or something like that. They warn about that, but you haven't really heard any cases for that. So anyways, great shit. So there you go, guys. That is my ranking for the CBMs that came out in 2018. Let me know your thoughts about it down below. I know your list is probably not the same as mine, even though Ant-Man and Wasp should be at the bottom. I think most people would agree with that, because, yeah, that movie came and went. I mean, it still made like almost 700 million, so it's not like it was a flop or anything like that, but it just didn't really, you know, everybody's talking about Infinity War and Black Panther. It didn't strike a chord with anything. It was just kind of like, hey, remember me? I'm Ant-Man. But we'll see what happens with that. So there you go, guys. That is my ranking right there. Let me know your thoughts about it down below. Hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to my channel. Visit filmjunkie.com for all my content. Visit the closet for shirts and stickers. And, of course, follow me on all that social media stuff. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. All right, guys? I'll talk to you.